What did they say? I want to know what the first
And the flight was
like.
so hard, and I just looked over at Evan and I just
You
started to
cried.
cry.
That's the mom
So
cry.
that's my scenario.
Car seat safety is important.
You could say, any sugar possible because I like the sugar.
Why did you bring a child on an 8-hour flight?
Like I always say that. I'm like, I would die for my husband. I would kill for my kids.
Yeah. We mess with Rachel's family.
You're doing a great
right.
job.
It would be funny if the police officer, excuse me, ma'am, your child, be like, child? How did I get back there?
I think what I'm gathering is like children are like feral animals.
This day cannot last forever.
Yeah.
This day will come to an end. Tomorrow is a new day.
Welcome, friends. We're here doing something that we don't usually do, but we're really excited that you're here to join us. So I'm here with some incredible women, incredible moms, incredible friends, incredible leaders, and we're just going to talk mom life. We're going to talk about things that have gone really well. We're going to be honest and talk about things that have not gone really well, because that's just what it means to be real. So you
I
guys
like
ready
it.
for that?
I love it. Let's do it.
We're just like hanging out. I was most
talk about
excited
it.
to just hang out with you.
Yeah.
I love it.
So here with us today, just so that you guys know, we've got Pastor Sarah with us. So she and her husband, you've led our church for how many years now?
Almost 18 or, I don't know, 2005.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh, that's amazing.
Can't
And
count.
how long have we known each other?
Oh,
I don't know
man.
that. Like
Years.
10 years, 11 years. I don't know, a little bit.
We've been together a long time.
You're a mom. You're an amazing mom. You're like our fearless leader. How many times we're like, Sarah, what do we do about life in the kitchen with our husbands?
We have great conversations,
Yeah,
don't we?
it's good.
Yeah.
And now
About
you're-
life.
Yes.
We encourage each other.
Yeah.
We talk about things.
Because of you keep us positive and encouraging each other.
I think you guys are all, I think we're all take good care of each other.
And you're a grandma now?
I am a grandma now.
How old is Shio?
Gio, it will be 10 months in like
He's
a
the
week.
cutest thing. But he looks like he's 4.
Right.
Yeah, the pediatrician said he's the size of a 1-year-old.
I mean,
I love that.
I love it.
I
That's
love it.
He knows what he wants.
Yeah. Did you say he ate steak the other day?
He
Buddy.
yeah, he takes a whole chunk of steak and just
I
yeah.
love it.
Knows it.
Good for him.
he's a
She
foodie.
handles
I love it.
Just like,
I think
And
he's
we've
gonna
got Rachel over here. So you're a mom of 4 now.
5 and under.
Oh my gosh.
It's nuts.
5 and under.
super woman.
No.
If anyone can do it, you can.
Absolutely.
you're our
You guys are
hero.
sweet.
And you and your husband are on staff here at Seven Hills. What do you do here at Seven Hills?
Gosh, a couple different things, but my main area of focus is all things guest. So I love that. Love people. You'll find me a lot of times in the lobby. And I do that on a central location. So I get to hang out a lot of our different campuses. And then I do a lot of things with our staff development and team and HR and stuff. And I
Which
love-
she's the best at.
She's
Making
Rachel
people feel
does
loved,
everything well.
celebrated.
Yeah.
You
The
guys are
best.
Truly. And you balance work and home really well. From the outside looking in, you balance those things really well. Because 4 kids, 5 and under is like
It's a lot.
unheard of.
It's really wild.
3 boys,
Yes.
and then you got a little princess.
Your little girl.
Yes.
I love
It's
it.
And your bedtime routine is called
happy hour.
What time is happy hour?
So I love it because that you guys all know at happy hours, because there's been times when you guys have all called me and I'm like, happy hour, gotta go.
Yeah.
Bye. Like, and it's
Yep.
this understood thing. Like, it's the end of the day. Truly, I really feel like my kids are pretty good. Like, they're
Yeah.
not that. And I swear, 5 to
o'clock.
7
Yeah.
werewolves.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
what has happened? What has
Lawless.
And you just laugh
And-
it off. at
happened?
happy hour.
Yeah, just laugh it off,
Yeah.
and it's crazy, but
That's
I
good.
love it. I love it. And
happy hour.
Yep, it's happy hour.
Does it take an hour?
Oh, longer.
Usually 2 hours.
Yeah, 2 hours.
We talk about happy hour in our house now too.
Yeah,
We're like, well,
it's a thing.
see you at the end.
Yep. See it.
I don't have happy hour
Oh,
anymore.
it's coming. It's coming.
I don't know.
You had it. You survived it. You thrived through it.
Yes,
That's
paid
why
my
you're
dues.
here.
All
That's
done.
true. That's true. That's
Paid
true.
my dues.
And we've got
Love it.
Jess here. So my favorite thing about you, Jess, many things, but you're an insane singer. Actually, Sarah, that's how you lead our
God.
worship team. You both have the gift. Like, your voice is like a gift. It just takes us straight to heaven. Do you feel like that,
Yes.
Rachel, when either one of them are leading
Absolutely.
a song, you're like, yes.
I find myself like I know you're the same way, but always bragging like, oh yeah,
That's
those are
my
our
friend.
friends.
I know. You just work it into conversation.
Yeah, always.
And the person never
Yeah, her,
cares.
did you know? Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
it's her friend.
She's one of my
Yeah.
best friends. Yeah.
Not your friend. She's my friend. Yeah.
You guys are real friends.
But you're also a mom.
Mom.
You're an
Yeah.
incredible mom.
I
Incredible.
feel like we're
mom.
hitting that sweet spot in like motherhood. 5 and a 7-year-old. And I'm like, we made it.
I feel like
We
your kids
survived.
get along really well too.
Yeah.
They-
And then they
You
fight
don't
like
sound
cats and
confident
dogs.
in that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like
I
love
love it.
hate.
And you have this really cool balance. You balance mom life and work life too. And you do a lot within the church. You lead and you volunteer, and you're like an insane person. Then you also have a really
Yeah.
what's
She's
the
an
word?
entrepreneur.
Yeah, you're like a
thriving
successful
business.
entrepreneur.
The business. Yeah.
You're really good at that.
I don't know if you ever really quite like balance work life, like that balance. I think you survive it. You know, you just give yourself grace
Yeah.
in the areas that,
That's true.
you know, sometimes you're killing it in the work game, and then sometimes you're killing it in the mom game. You're like, yes.
Yeah.
Which that's the balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we're
Yeah.
like tempted to feel like balance is
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
And
But
actually,
it's more
Sarah,
like
you
this.
taught us that. You guys
Yeah.
remember with her
Uh-huh.
hands? Balance isn't like this. It's like this. Like
Yeah.
good days.
Yep.
Not good
Yep.
days. Jess's phrase is grace.
Yes.
Right. I love
Gotta
that.
have a lot of grace. yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, gotta have if anybody knows anything about the Enneagram, love the Enneagram.
What's your
I'm
Enneagram?
a Enneagram 1, so I'm the perfectionist. So
Okay.
I definitely struggle with grace, but I'm learning. I think that's what I love about the Enneagram is that it helps me learn a lot about myself.
Yeah.
And like I'm like, I know I'm not good with grace, so I'm gonna lean into it a little bit more.
That's good. What's your Enneagram, Sarah?
9.
You're 9. The
9.
peacemaker.
Yep. Wing 8. Watch out.
Yo, yeah, which is a
Love
pretty
it.
unusual combination.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of 9s go.
A lot of inner conflict.
Yeah.
So they tell me. I don't know. I feel pretty good.
It'll just come in and like attack you.
Rachel, what's your Enneagram?
I'm a 3, and they all know this, but you know, Enneagram is not my favorite.
Yeah.
I'm getting better with it, but you know, I'm like, don't.
You
No,
don't like-
I'm Rachel Cromer. I'm
Right.
not 3.
Okay,
I'm
you
not-
3.
I'm just-
All right, you 3.
It's like, I'm just who I am. That's why I do what I do. Like, this is when Enneagram is annoying, when they're like, well, I can't, you know, do this Excel document because I'm not, you know, organized. No, be organized. Make the Excel document. Make sense?
Get Rachel out of the box.
It's not to put you in a box. It's to teach you.
Yeah, I know.
She says, yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's what a 3 probably is then, you know? Okay. Aaron, what are you?
When am I? I am a 1, but Jess thinks I'm a 6.
Yeah.
And so I have internal conflict because some days I feel like a 6, some days I feel like
But
a
did
1.
you know that those are the most
Yeah,
like confused
mistyped.
numbers? Yeah.
Ah.
It's all right. It's fine. I've only cried about it a few times.
I'm only crying.
But you think about it a lot. I know.
I think about it too much. Yeah, no, for sure. So that's a little bit about us.
Yeah.
I love it. We're gonna.
She's a 6, but
Why do you say
can't you
that?
just like
Yeah,
cut
let's
and
talk
paste
about that.
some of that?
Why do you
Why
say
do,
that?
Why do you think that?
Why do you?
'Cause I know
First
my friend.
off, nothing's wrong with 6s,
No, there's
Aaron.
not. There's not.
Exactly.
But I don't like that I can't figure out what I am.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Right.
See, my thoughts on the Enneagram. She's Aaron Coleman.
I am, but what's so amazing about the Enneagram is I think it's helped me understand Jake better. He already knows everything about me and he's like perfect. And then I'm like, well, like Christmas, he's the best gift giver, the best. And I'm like, sorry, I didn't really think about you this year.
No, you got him the thing to shave his head.
Let's think about that. It's terrible.
That's a great guess.
If you have
It
a
is
bald
practical.
husband, you need a good shaver.
I mean,
Yes,
there
that
one
was a
birthday.
great, you thought about that.
For
That
his
was a
birthday,
great
I
guess.
wasn't going to give him anything. And Taylor, the 7-year-old, was like, Mom, what's he going to open? And I was like, oh, he's
Us.
fine. And she was like, Mom, he needs something. So I sent the kid in. We went to Dick's Sporting Goods. She picked out the best gifts. He, quote, this is the best birthday I've ever had. I'm like, all right, Taylor.
Taylor, it's your job now.
Yeah, but didn't
Yeah.
Tay pick out your birthday
it
gifts
on.
this year
That's
too?
what I'm saying. He's insane at it.
That's okay. It's not your
He's so
gifting.
good.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
I'm
fine.
really
It's
bad.
fine.
I'm really bad at
You
You
can't
know
be
who's
good
the
at
best gift
everything.
giver, though? Rachel Cromer.
Yes.
No.
Literally.
Yeah,
Rachel.
she
Rachel
is.
are.
It's like you're making fun of me.
No.
What?
No.
Complimenting
How about this?
What did Aaron say the other day?
No, how about this? We've all been there. Okay, guys, it's Christmas. Let's all get together, but no one get gifts. No one get
It's
gifts.
true.
Rachel Cromer is like, no one get gifts. And then she shows up. Guys, I
no,
just
I've
got us
done
a
that
little
like
something.
once. Jess, you've done that.
That's true.
No.
Guilty.
You
Jess.
have done that.
Sometimes you give gifts for yourself. Like you just
Yeah.
like to do it.
But
It's
we
like,
said no gifts.
But it's like, leave me alone. Like this is for me.
But
you
then,
know?
But then it makes everybody else feel like Guilt
Feel judged.
That's true.
I feel
You guys
attacked.
think
I feel
about
judged.
But think about the Dutch thing when we go to Sarah's house and we're trying to be helpful
Right.
to take out the trash, and you say, "No, it's not full yet."
Yeah.
Oh.
She means it.
Yeah.
Did
She
you do that
means
to
what
Erin?
she says.
That's awesome.
I don't know. Erin will bring up a lot of things that I've said. And
I
I'm like,
know. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
She
if I
has
said that.
freakish memory.
Freaking memory of a cat.
It'll be like, 8 years ago
Do
when
cats
you
have
wore
good
that
memories? I
shirt
feel like they
on
do.
Mother's Day. I'm like, what?
They
I don't
remember
know,
stuff.
but I don't remember
Why
the
are you
It's
so
important
not,
things.
it's not cats, it's crows.
A crow.
What?
Crows will remember faces.
Yeah. But that like,
You just made that
No,
up.
but I remember moments that teach me things. Like I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. I could get
If
more out of
Caleb
that
Meekum
trash
was here,
bag.
he would fact check and like back me up.
Basically,
that is
don't say anything to
that
Erin
is
that you don't want
absolutely
her to
true. That a
remember,
crow will
ever.
recognize a person's face.
So let's hit some scenarios.
Okay.
Is that okay? So like all of our mom wins or our mom flops, like there's just real life things that we've kind of all tackled, some of us more than others, and we've helped each other through it and then laughed about it on the other side. You ready for this?
Yep, I'm
I
ready.
guess it's like kind of like another little game. So how would you handle
Okay.
this scenario? You ready?
Let's hear it.
You're at Disney World with your family. Has everyone been to Disney World?
We have not.
Okay,
Chrome
what?
Dome has not.
We
What
just
did Chrome
went.
down?
We just went. So I'm prepared for this question.
Yeah, I feel like just we need.
But
to
amusement park? Have you been to an amusement park with your kids
yeah,
yet?
and we won't be going for a while. So yeah, let's hear it.
The zoo is like a close second.
Yeah. Okay.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Not really.
So
but
an
it's fine.
outing.
All right. So you're at Disney World with your family. Your baby has a massive blowout while you're next in line for It's a Small World ride. What do you do? What do you do?
Hand the baby to dad
Yeah.
and you ride. It's a small
Oh, nice.
Yes, you
ride.
do.
A lot of money waiting for that ride.
Yes.
Like that's a great ride.
Yeah.
So you're gonna
Yes.
stand in line and you're gonna hand baby to dad and you're gonna say,
Good luck.
see you in about 20. You know?
Huh.
That's what I would do.
That's brilliant.
Sarah, what would you do?
I would just bring the baby on the ride, make it just a
Yes.
small, stinky world.
Yeah.
Like, it's fine.
It's already stinky in your world, so
Yeah, like just go with the flow.
I love it.
Wow.
Why not?
I haven't been to Disney. You've been. So what would you have done?
But what would you do?
okay, but a blowout. Josie has a blowout. What do you do?
Yeah, what do you
Blowout like it's everywhere on the clothes.
I
or
Come on,
mean,
Rachel.
just-
You know a blowout. Come on.
Like it
Straight up.
mysteriously gets to the neck. You're like, how did that even
neck.
happen?
I would totally go with Jess and be like, Evan, okay,
Yeah.
take it. Yeah,
Right.
and I would ride the ride.
I'm gonna ride the
yeah,
ride.
I would ride.
I deserve this.
I
Yes.
Like
You
Yeah.
know what's so funny? Jake does not have the stomach. I used to think he was faking it. I'm like, get it together, be a dad. He truly,
Does he
like, he
gag?
has yes, like a child. I'm like, my gosh. So I would just stomach that.
So you would think he was like making it up? And
Yes,
you'd be like,
I'm
he
like,
just doesn't want to.
this
change
is
diapers.
ridiculous.
No, it's
Yes.
a real thing.
It really is.
Marcus watched
Doesn't Pastor do that?
Marcus watched Geo. We all were together, and he's like, "I just survived. I survived." And I'm like, "Did you gag?" And he's like, "Totally gagged."
Oh my gosh.
Which Geo thinks is really funny. He thinks it's really funny when you tell him
probably
he's
makes it
he's
worse.
stinky and gross.
Well, you know, it's those T-bone steaks he's been downing. You know?
it's like real adult
I
stuff.
did have a steak that was just for him.
Oh, so
I
that's a
did.
good grandma. I love it. What's your grandma name?
Nini,
Nini. And what's grandpa's name?
Grandpa.
Nice and classic.
Just yeah.
I love it. That was a good one. Okay, here's another one. You're on an 8-hour flight with your 1-year-old. They're screaming hysterically. You're getting dirty looks. Only 7 hours to go. What do you do?
Ugh.
This is a nightmare.
You just
Why
buckle
are
down.
you on an 8-hour flight with
Right.
children?
Yeah, where are you
Great
going?
question.
Yeah,
With
that
a-
Yeah,
I
great
feel like
question.
First
you need
mistake.
to see a psychiatrist.
Yeah,
because
first
Why
mistake.
are you taking young children
You don't
on
travel.
an 8-hour flight?
That's
don't
true.
travel.
So you're
Don't
that
do it.
person that's watching the screaming child going, "Why did you bring a child
Yeah.
on an
Yeah,
8-hour
I'm the
flight?"
one suffering.
I
Real life
definitely would be doing this.
story. Real life story. We were on a flight. We were on a flight, and Levi, I guess, was like 2.5 at the time, and spilt Coke in a stranger's shoe.
Not Pepsi.
An entire Coke in the person's shoe.
It wasn't Pepsi.
Wasn't Pepsi.
Okay.
Wow.
Just checking.
And what do? You just like,
What did
I'm
they
so
say?
sorry.
I want to know what the
And
person
the flight
felt
was
like.
so hard. I just looked over at Evan and I just
You
started
cried.
to cry.
That's
Yeah.
the mom
So
cry.
that's my scenario. I just give up and cry.
No, Sarah, you talked about this one time because, like, even a 2-hour flight, a 1-hour flight can feel like an eternity. And you said,
This day cannot last forever.
yeah,
This day will come to an end.
Yes.
Tomorrow is a new day. So when we first moved to Atlanta, I would fly back and forth by myself with the girls 6 months and 3.
super mom.
This is before they had changing tables in the bathroom, which how do you put it? How does that work?
Obviously, a mom didn't design that.
Yeah,
so-
no. But yeah, changing diapers right on the seat. And to me, I was just like, everybody, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Like you all have
This
been
is
a
how
baby
I'm having to
before.
survive today, and y'all are on this journey with me. And
It's good.
I didn't care if I got dirty looks.
And you said you may never see those people again, so who cares?
Who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fun fact, one time I was on a flight and there was a mom that actually brought me a little pack. It was the cutest thing ever. She must have saw it on
Pinterest
Pinterest or
mom.
something. But it was like a cute little rhyme that said something like, in case, my little one gets fussy. So it was earplugs in there,
Cute.
candy, a $5 Starbucks gift card. I'm like,
What?
that mom
Does that?
I was like, dang.
Wait, a $5? How many people did they give this to?
I don't know. I got one, but
Wow.
That was
sweet.
really
'Cause she saw
thoughtful.
that you
That
would
is
judge
really
you.
nice.
You just
Probably.
had that look.
And to this day, if I see moms on a plane, I'm like, you're doing
That's
a great
right.
job.
You kind of do one of these.
Baby's crying. You know
Yes.
what? You know what?
Yes.
That's what babies do. They're gonna cry.
Good.
You can't change it. What are
No.
you supposed to do?
yeah, that's a really good perspective.
And we need, like,
honestly.
as moms, we need that
Be an
other moment
encourager.
to encourage you. Like,
Yeah.
they did so good.
Yeah.
I love that. Here's another one. You're in a crowded upscale restaurant celebrating your husband's birthday, but your child starts complaining they aren't feeling well. A couple minutes later, we all know what's coming. They get sick on the floor in front of everyone. What do you do?
Dad.
Again, my perspective is different here because I'm like, why are you bringing children to upscale restaurants?
Unless, well, yeah.
Five and up, like my kindergartner. Yeah, that'd be fine. But 5 and under, let's not bring them to upscale restaurants. Agreed, right? Upscale restaurants for
What do you
little.
think,
Unless you have a father-in-law like Rob Wade.
Sarah, can you talk about, how you said, like, on Sundays you guys used to go out to eat? Do you remember that with the girls when they were little?
Yeah.
And if it wasn't going well, like, what would happen?
I would just pick her up out of the high chair and leave.
Gotta go.
And Marcus would bring my food home
Yeah.
because that child was publicly unpresentable.
I love it.
That's smart. You're, like, teaching them how to be a
Like,
human in public.
we're gonna remove ourselves when we're, having an absolute meltdown.
I think what I'm gathering is like children are like feral animals. They're like feral animals.
Yeah,
definitely
and at
go
least in
through
happy hour.
feral.
Yeah.
I mean,
They're, like,
Yeah.
learning how to be human.
Yeah.
So, makes sense. No, I love that.
that's good.
All right, here's another one. You're driving down the road when all of a sudden you get pulled over. Have you guys ever been pulled over?
Yeah.
How many times?
You answered that really fast.
I
Yeah.
have a little bit of what they call a lead foot.
She does. With her R&B
Oh,
music.
you do. Oh my god.
I do.
Do you guys remember for your birthday, the taco truck? I was like holding on in the back.
Yeah.
I'm
She was
like,
scared.
Yeah, we're like.
I was like, Sarah's got it.
You guys tell me all the time you feel the most safe when I,
I
drive.
do.
That's true.
Right.
I do.
Michigan.
Once
Michigan
we get
driver
to
over
the
here.
destination, it feels safe.
Yeah.
You're a very good defensive driver, though. That's a Michigan thing.
You've always told me like I'm
You
a
really
good
are,
driver.
though. You are.
I can't breathe.
It's just so fast.
You guys have always.
She's learning the truth.
We're gonna have to move on from
There
that
was
one.
Okay, sorry. Okay.
Oh, pulled over.
So you're driving
Pulled
down the
over.
road, all of a sudden you get pulled over. The police officer proceeds to tell you that your child was mooning people in the back seat. What do you do?
I would believe it.
Yeah.
I would 100% believe it.
Well, you were just in City Barbecue, and what was Roman doing?
I could not believe it. I'm like, I would believe it, but then I could not believe
And there
it.
was church people in the
There
next.
was.
Yeah.
It was like, no,
And I
we
love
don't go to that church. Not us. You must be thinking of somebody else.
Oh.
So what would you do? Like the police officer pulls you over. What would you do?
I would say, forgive me.
Oh yeah.
I would
that's
probably
hard.
just laugh. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
but I mean,
I would
are
ask,
you gonna
a
get
parent?
fined for your kid being out of their car seat or their
True.
seatbelt?
True.
It would be
That
funny.
part wouldn't be funny.
I
but-
mean, car seat safety is important.
You could just say, they just got out of surgery. The anesthesia really affected them.
Yeah.
That
and
is
they are mooning people.
So you would lie in front of your child.
Wow, you
Oh,
thought
yeah.
about this.
I
one.
would kill for my kids. You would. You would.
I would.
You would.
Like I always say that. I'm like,
I
I,
may
would
have.
die for my husband. I would kill for my kids.
Yeah.
I would.
I would kill for
I
my
would
kids.
kill.
It's your mafia Italian.
Yes, true.
I love
Italian mafia. I would.
Oh
kill.
yeah, who do we have? Who do
Don't
we
mess
call?
with Rachel's family.
Oh.
cousin or
Oh
somebody.
yeah, Ronnie Ravioli.
That's real. That's a real
That
name.
is real.
No, they laugh, but yeah, Ronnie
That is
Ravioli
real.
calls his buddies. Done.
Yeah,
Ronnie's coming.
Ronnie Ravioli.
It would be
R&R.
funny. It would be funny if the police officer, excuse me, ma'am, your child, would be like, child? What? How'd they get back there? That would be funny, just to see what they would say. I'd love it. Okay, here we go. Ready?
Ready?
What's the most rewarding thing about being a mom?
Mm.
Right to it. Our little ones are our favorite people in the entire. Our grown ones,
They're still my favorite people.
I love it.
And then having Geo is like nobody prepares you for how that's going to feel to watch your child look at their child the way that you looked at them, and then to have him look at her. It's so amazing.
Wow.
We love it. So yeah, they're still my favorite people.
Absolutely.
Love
It's
that.
just this like, I mean, I know we would all agree with this. It's this like unending love. It's that love that wakes you up in the middle of the night with a newborn. It's that love that helps you have patience with a tantrum when you've got a 2-year-old. It's that love that just never ends. It's like, how do you love someone so much? And I always tell Evan this, but what I love about being a mom is it brings back the magic in life. And maybe that's like a weird word to use, but like think about Christmas before we all had kids.
Yep.
And then you have kids and it's like, oh my
That's
gosh,
good.
everything is magical again. But it's like everything in life.
Yeah.
Like seeing the world through their lens is just the coolest thing. I love that.
I think the gift of grandchildren is, I think the gift of having grandchildren is you've just survived horrible teenage things, like magical when they're younger.
Right.
Then it gets kind of tough.
Okay. So it's
And
coming
now,
for us.
like when the grandkids come, it's like then it's kind of magical again.
It's like a reward at the end. I love that.
It's like the reward.
I think what's really cool is it's actually made me view the way that God looks at us differently. Because the way I look at my children is like there is nothing they could do that would make me love them any less. And I think about like that's how God is with us. Because sometimes we think we're not worthy enough, to receive that kind of love. And I'm like, man, it doesn't matter what I do. You love me no less.
Okay, Jess, taking us to the Lord.
That's good.
That's
is
really
very
good.
good.
It's been a really cool part about being a mom.
No,
is
absolutely.
strengthening your relationship with God in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. What about our own moms? We all have a relationship with our own moms. What are some of our favorite things about those ladies?
I would say for me, it's not really a memory that I can, like my favorite memory with my mom, but it's just how she made me feel.
Yeah.
Like my mom always made me feel so loved and like I've got your back. I remember one time I got off the bus and I was like crying and there was like a bully on the bus and she was like, who is it?
Oh.
Who do I need to call? Do I need to get on that
That's where you
bus?
get it.
And I'm like,
Yes.
no, Mom, you're
Connie.
gonna embarrass me. She's like, I'll do it. I'm like, I know you will, but don't. But I mean, she was in your corner. I mean, now we know as moms, it's like, yeah, I will fight the biggest giant for you.
Yeah,
but
you get
it's
it.
just how she made me feel.
That's really good.
It's really good, Jess.
I love it.
What about you? Sweet Chris.
I know. I think for me, my mom was, like you kind of said, was always in my corner. I always knew that no matter what was going on, even within our family, that my mom was just absolutely 100% there, had my back, would do anything for me. And she's still that way today.
Absolutely.
Still that way.
So precious. On the safety team.
On the safety team.
Protecting people.
She's good at it too.
Yes.
We'll go try to get
Oh,
past her.
she's a good shot. Watch
And
out.
like, your mom is so beautiful. Like, what's the aging
I
secret?
know.
Can we
You
ask her?
guys, It's like, come on.
Like, what are you using on your face,
Yeah,
Chris? I'd
what are
like to
your
know.
secrets?
I know. She's a
Do you
babe.
have any of her secrets? No.
Other than we called her sunscreen queen when
Sunscreen
That's
queen.
it.
I never
when
do
we
that.
were little, sunscreen queen.
I'll put them on the
We had a
kids.
pool. We had a
but-
pool growing up, and she was like, she was always in the shade.
Wow.
So she's always taken really good care of herself.
She's the
She doesn't
best.
have one. She doesn't have one health issue.
Are you serious?
And she's out.
I can't say that.
Okay. But she looks like unbelievable.
She does look amazing.
Tell us about your mom. Because your
My
mom's
mom.
really special.
She is. She is an awesome mom, but I've loved in this last season seeing her as a grandma. That's been really, really sweet. And I think my mom just was so intentional with so many things. And coming from an Italian family, like tradition was so important. And I look back and I'm like, it wasn't even that it was these crazy things,
Yeah.
but it was the intentionality, whether it was like, my mom was so good looking back at it now about car rides, like in the mornings to school and on the way back, and like utilizing that time to talk to us. But one of my sweetest memories with my mom was So like every semester you get your report card, right? So I don't know what, I mean, again, the smallest thing,
Right.
but it was like report card day. And she'd pick me up from school and we got our report cards.
Did
and
you
then,
have all straight A's, Rachel?
Probably A+.
guys,
She was
Anyway.
making the report cards. I mean,
it didn't matter if it was, anyway, the point of the story is she would take us on this like special day and it was like all the freebies in Northern Kentucky. But the best was like you'd go to Pizza Hut buffet. Do you guys remember that?
Yes.
You'd get dessert pizza. So we'd stuff our faces and we're like, yeah, Pizza Hut. And then we'd go to Chuck E. Cheese and we'd go to Grater's. Like all these things.
All in one day?
With the report card. And I'm like, Mom, it was the best. She
Do you
was
ever
so
remember
intentional.
you or your brothers bringing home something that wasn't a good report card? How did she handle that?
Gosh.
No, because Rachel's pretty.
No,
You all three are like really intelligent.
No,
people.
my brothers are really, really smart. I was just the girl, so my dad was like, you can do whatever. And, I want to hear about Pam.
Aw,
Pam Huckabone.
I remember her joking. She still says this. I'm a master of none. What is that? Obviously, I remember it so well. What does she say? I'm a jack of all trades, a master of none.
Yeah.
Which I think she meant that as putting herself down, but I still see her that way. She can figure out anything. So now as a mom, I'm just so thankful I can be like, Mom, how do I do this? Or how do I handle this? Here's a hard question. My mom also is not afraid to ask hard questions, which growing up as a teenager, I of course didn't want to be asked those things like, why were you out that late? Tell me more about him. She drilled my husband for 4 hours at the dinner table the first time. 4 hours. We had
I would have
lasagna.
loved to have been a part of that.
And
Go,
she just like
Jamie.
kept bringing food to keep him talking because she wanted to know who he was. But that's how she loves us. She still does that.
I love
I just love that about her. She can just figures it all out. And looking now as a mom, she probably had no idea how to do any of it, but she figured it out. And in my eyes, she can.
Superwoman.
I
She
feel like
really
you're that way
is.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks. I
Like
appreciate
you-
that.
You inherited that.
I don't always feel that way. She convinced Taylor that moms have eyes in the back of their head. And Taylor's convinced. She's like,
Wow.
Mom, did you see that? Because you have your eyes. I'm like, yeah, sure.
She's
Hair covers them
testing
up.
you.
Yeah, but
That's
she believes
awesome.
it.
People's
So
eyes are really there.
I'm gonna keep her going.
That's awesome.
So it's, I mean, we all have really good memories growing up. What do we like? What's something that we do to help make memories right now? Whether with Geo or like, do you have any hacks for like how to capture the moment in this crazy, wild, busy life?
I think something that we've done with our kids, something that's been my favorite in creating memories with them is Kyle and I each like to take them on a one-on-one date.
Yeah.
And so we try to do that monthly to
That's
just
cool.
get that quality one-on-one time, and they love it. They think that they feel so special, so valued, so loved, and it really fills their love tank and it really fills ours. And so I hope that they could answer that question one day
Yeah.
of like, what are some memories?
That's
and they
cool.
remember that one-on-one time.
Don't you guys always do Valentine's Day?
Valentine's
Yeah.
Day.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I love that. Like
Yeah.
you go throw and
Yep. Yeah,
Kyle's
we
with
take them
Willow.
on
Like,
a
what
little
a
date.
sweet tradition.
Yeah.
And your dates aren't like crazy wild.
No, it could just be
What
like
are
a
some
little
of 'em?
Chick-fil-A breakfast.
Yeah.
It could be Roman's favorite's first watch. Like, mine was like, it was a treat for me to just go to McDonald's.
Yeah,
And I
as
pick
a
up my
kid.
kids from school and they're like, I want Jimmy John's. I want First Watch. And I'm like, excuse me?
Teaching them the good things in life.
Like, oh my gosh. So, yeah.
I love that.
I love it.
Rachel, what are some like? How do you capture it? You're the memory maker.
Yes.
You are
the
so good at that.
best.
Okay, so boys, I have 3 boys and now this little girl, and we're like, Lord, teach us how to do girl.
Aw.
But with boys, you have to stay busy. So I feel like with our memories, I don't know, maybe it sounds silly, but some of my greatest memories the last couple of years have just been the zoo. Because it's like we're getting out of the house. We love to go at the end of the day. So we only have to stay like an hour. But it's like they're out, they're in nature, they're running around, they're seeing all the exhibits. So like staying.
You're wearing them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
You gotta run them like dogs.
I mean, don't you already see with Gio? Like boys, you got to keep busy. So I feel like
Night and day difference.
right. So it's like I just feel like with my boys, I have them in sports. I have we're always doing something, and for us and for their ages, that's been really good. And I think some of our sweetest memories have just been that, like
Yeah.
simple days at the zoo.
Simple, yeah.
So
And you guys
Love
do
that.
movie night. You both do movie nights.
Friday night movie night. We have learned now that we're school age that if we try to plan something fun on a Friday night, it is like not gonna happen. We're
Yeah.
tired,
Yeah.
and they
Exhausted, yeah.
look so forward to it. And if we're like, oh, we're not gonna do a movie tonight, it's like meltdown. Like they want to do that movie night, and we really enjoy it.
yeah.
You guys are good too so there's all these awesome movies and for kids, but how do you know if it's going to be an appropriate movie, or how do you don't just jump in, do you? Like on a Friday, like what do you do as a mom to like make sure this is
like it's filtered.
Yeah.
There's some really great resources out there. There's actually a resource called Plugged In, which I found out about through another friend, and it really can screen anything. So we just kind of quickly go through it, and we're like, yes, no, and that makes our job a lot easier.
Yeah, that's
it
good.
does.
Yeah.
Because that way you're not just sitting there and you're like, whoops, we haven't talked about that yet. You know?
Yeah, that's
Yep.
good. Erin, I would love for you to talk about camping out with Tay,
Oh
because
my gosh.
that's like memory making at
Yeah.
its finest.
You say that, like, just make it simple, and we're really good at trying to overcomplicate it. It has to Pinterest, like, you have to be this wild and crazy cool thing. But camping in our backyard is something we did as kids. I just thought it was the coolest thing, and looking back, it's because, like, leaving the house is crazy hard. So last summer, Taylor was 6. We just popped the tent up in the backyard. Jake slept inside with Harrison, who was 1 at the time. And we just had the best time. We had like a little TV out there. We had all kinds of crazy snacks that, any sugar possible because I like the sugar. But what else did we do? We just brought out our pillows, air mattresses, and we just like sat out. We
So it
slept
wasn't
outside.
camping, it was like
It was glamping.
glamping.
It was glamping.
Glamping.
Yeah. So like
Glamping.
we had our toilet right there, right outside the back porch. It was in our fence, so I knew nothing was gonna happen. But it was
Wait, a toilet?
in our house, yeah. Because we're just
Oh.
in the backyard. Yeah.
Could you imagine?
I was
Oh,
like,
God.
made a makeshift toilet outside.
No, heck
That's
no.
impressive.
No. That's why we didn't leave
Taylor's
the house.
end up saying that was like her favorite thing.
It was my favorite thing that we've ever done. I want to do it again. We tried to do it in the fall and it was way too cold, so we came inside. It was like 40 degrees outside, but
Mom of the year.
it was just simple. It was fun. And Jake didn't think we would stay out there all night, but we did.
You did.
We did. Yeah.
Show you.
Eat it, Jake.
Yeah. Which when Harrison's ready, we'll do it with him too. But he took one for the team and stayed inside with Harrison. But that child is like, once he gets rid of his pterodactyl wings, we'll try big kid things, I guess. How about you, Sarah? So as a grandma and as a mom of grown kids, what do you do? Because like their lives are just, now they have their own schedules. So how do you and Pastor capture memories together with them?
I think because the girls are just so different, being intentional, maybe according to their interest
Yeah.
and what they love to do. So for Lauren, it's always, what trip are we going on next? And, like her graduation gift and things like that. I was like, well, where do you want to go?
Yeah.
And she always liked to do trips. Savannah's very quality time. So any kind of thing, she and I, well, before Gio was born, we did lunch every Sunday afternoon after church. Now we go to their house because, of course, everything's about Gio.
Of course.
But just being intentional with what maybe just fills their little love tank.
I love that.
I mean, when they were younger, we all rode horses together, and
Yeah.
and that was fun. But it's doing what they love to do,
I
what
love
speaks
that.
to them.
Like their love languages. I love that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
so cool. Love that.
Don't say anything that you don't want Aaron Cromer
Aaron Cromer.
Aaron Coleman to remember.
But it's
True.
like
And
sometimes
then
it's
she
helpful.
zooms
She'd
in
be like,
on
"Do you remember
pictures.
8 years ago?" What
It's
you
like-
said, and you're like, "No, I'm
You'll send her a
embarrassed."
picture from your house, and it's like, then she'll zoom in, and it's like
does.
my hairspray and underwear in the bathroom, and I'm like, Erin,
No, Jess is the
She'd be like, "Why are you using that hairspray?"
yeah.
Okay, listen. First of all, if you're
So you
gonna
can
send
have-
something, I just want to say this: if you're gonna send something, if you're gonna post it on social, if
You
you're
are
gonna
a
send
Zoomer.
it-
Beware,
All right,
she's
all right,
gonna
all right.
zoom.
But if you're gonna share it,
Right.
you have to be aware what you're sharing. That's
That's
all I'm
why
gonna say.
I
True.
zoom myself before
True.
I send you anything. Because
Which
I'm
would be like the
sorry,
6th
fine.
thing,
So
right?
what
No,
you're telling
I
me?
have sent things, and I'm like, oh
Yeah.
well, that just happened,
Yeah.
and then you're just like,
I think it goes back to her intentionality. Like me and Jess are like, like we don't think or something. Like
So
we're
what
just
you're
like,
telling me
hey,
though is
so
you
your
filter.
picture-
So you filter our friendship. That's what you're telling me.
No.
No, you really care. Like
Yeah.
you just really care about the.
All right, let's move on. This is. Do you remember the group chat? I was like something about sweeping, and you guys vacuum every day or like broom, and I'm like, well, failing at that.
I
Look at
don't.
that.
But the
I don't.
cordless Dyson did change my life.
Amen.
Like if you're a
that
mom,
was my birthday present this year.
invest in the cordless
Yeah.
Dyson.
So do you do
it
that every night?
like multiple times a day. I
Yeah.
mean, we live
Kitchen.
with feral
Yeah.
animals.
Yeah.
Like you have to.
Yeah.
I think of you guys when I vacuum now because I'm like, they would be so proud. I
I
really do. I should just send you a picture now.
Yeah, but you
so
also
can
have
zoom
like a
in.
dog that probably can like eat crumbs off the
He
Ah.
doesn't. He
Oh,
doesn't though.
nope.
That probably helps.
That's a perk.
He's
You
like
know
a
what I mean?
human.
It's like,
He's
hey.
he doesn't eat off the floor.
Thank
And
you.
King
Thank
will
you
just
for that.
eat anything.
Yeah.
It's usually Lily.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
She's my cleaner upper.
I love it.
King's numb on the side. You know, he's kind of messy and slobby. I'm like, yeah, I don't want him in here.
Comes out the side.
It's so gross. Yeah.
Rachel, how are you? So you're not just surviving; you're thriving. A mom of 4. How are you doing
You
it?
guys are sweet. I don't always feel that way, but I have a lot of help. My mom helps me a lot, and
You're good at asking for help.
Yeah, and we have an amazing girl that comes on Tuesdays and Thursdays and helps us so much. Even since I've been on maternity leave, because I'm just getting back into work
Yeah.
in the next week for my little baby, and she's come over and helped us so much. So I feel like that has been a good hack.
Mhm.
It's just not being afraid to ask for help and
That's
figuring
good.
that out in your budget, because
Love
it's
that.
like my husband was traveling this week, and our girl was able to help with pick up and drop off at school, and so that really changed the game. But one thing, honestly, guys, that has been a great hack for me. Evan and I, we tease, but we have a Sunday night meeting, and we literally, so a fight that Evan and I used to always have, honestly, was just we were missing the marks on schedules.
Oh.
Because he really wanted to work out, or I'd be like, no, the kids have this. And so we just were like, okay, something's got to shift. And so Sunday night, we have a 20-minute meeting. We get out the kids' folders.
Cute.
And we like set our week.
Of course they do.
Because we're
do
like,
you like eat dessert while you do this? Or?
sometimes.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm usually pumping because, breastfeeding.
That's why.
And we just like we lay it all out there. Like, okay, hey, I'm gonna work out these days. This is when Levi's soccer game is. This is when school assignments are due. Teacher appreciation. Like, you have to.
Teacher
I have 4
appreciation.
kids.
That's
So
I
it's like
cannot
I
imagine.
have to have this, and then we'll set
Yeah.
the menus for the week. And then my favorite thing is we put it on the fridge. So we have
Huh.
these 2 little whiteboards, and then it stays in front of us all week.
That's good.
And then there's no surprises. So it's like, okay, we have this birthday party this week, and we have this, and it's really helped us as a family of
Surprised you
6
don't do
to just be like,
Family of 6.
this is mentally what's going on for the week, and
Which is
That's
why,
helped a
like recently or today or yesterday, you were like, "What are we doing for Mother's Day for your mothers?" And I was like, "Crap, that's coming up." I didn't think about that. But you're helping, like you help us
Yeah.
know what's coming and whose birthday's coming. You gather. You're the
Yeah,
gatherer of
you
us.
are.
You're the celebration queen.
I am a pen and paper type of person though. And so I think like you just have to find what it is as a mom, know? Like for me, I love pen and paper. It has to stay in front of me. I have my old school planner, but some
Same.
people thrive off of their phone.
No.
So I just love that. And I'm like, okay, in this season, it won't always be like this. But
Smart.
while my kids are little and we have 4 different things
Yes,
for kids, then it's worked. So that Sunday, we call it the Sunday night roundup. And
Cute.
and we just
The
I
Sunday
Plan
night
away.
roundup at the
I'd love to be a
Chrome Dome.
fly on that wall.
Sunday night round.
and Evan's usually like, do we have to go to that? Like I'll stay home with the baby. You go to that, or
Well, Rach, you make it look effortless
do.
for
You guys are
sure.
sweet. But she's 10 weeks, so we're still learning. Erin, what's your mom hack?
No, I don't have any. I just ask you guys what to do.
Oh, stop.
I'm
You
serious.
work-life balance? Come on.
Well, because so your daughter is exactly a trimester older than mine.
Yeah.
And so you made the list, you did the research, and I was like, cool. What kind of stroller are we getting, Jess? All right, cool.
I
What do we do
love
about
that.
this?
I will say that is another mom hack. If you have friends
Yeah.
that have
Yeah.
babies at the same time,
Same
like that
season.
is like has been so much fun.
Yeah. And you guys have all helped me not be afraid to just ask. If I don't know something, I never feel inferior
Yeah.
with you guys.
No.
I never feel, you
Mm.
never make me feel like, okay, now I feel guilty for zooming in on photos, but you shared it. So
Oh,
I just
She's
get
gonna remember
curious
that.
because I'm probably like, okay, what kind of hairspray are we using, Jess? Like, what are we doing?
I think it is your curiosity.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do too. I do
absolutely.
too.
It's not like a nosy mean
No.
thing.
Thank you.
No.
Okay, as long as you know that. I really
No,
am
we
like,
know that.
Yes.
what should we do today?
No,
I love-
we,
and I
we
love
know
that.
We know that.
No, but for real, Erin, you really do balance work, and kids and everything so well. So I really am talk about.
She runs marathons.
No, yes.
No, I've never done a marathon. It is on my list.
And I literally am I would die even if I just
Oh,
ran
same.
half of a
Yeah.
mile. Like the mile run in
Like,
high school.
sta-
Do you guys remember that? I was like,
yeah,
can I
for
just
the
get
presidential
sick?
challenge.
It's terrible.
What about staff retreat?
Oh, That was so.
Jess had to
They
run
did me
all the way
dirty.
across the beach, and
They
I
did
was
me
I
dirty.
was
That was a
feeling
long
for you.
way.
That was a long
I thought my
run.
legs were like Jello. I was like, they're gonna give out at any second. I'm just gonna
Hey, but
face
you
plant right
did
into
it.
the sand.
You did it, girl.
I did do it, and I had to recover for about an hour
I on
afterwards.
purpose did not pick anything that was going to be physically
Well, now I
challenging.
know.
That was fun though.
I'm
Super
really
fun.
sad nobody told me about it, but it's fine.
I
We're gonna move
I
on.
would have told you. I didn't know.
Oh my
But it was kind of
love
fun
it.
watching
I
you.
wish
like,
I was like
your
what I
little
love
legs.
to
You were
do.
like, what's that thing where it's like, I have little legs. Like they were like running.
Sarah, what about as your girls entered like high school, middle school, and they had all their own schedules, and you had church, and you were like bouncing life and caring for people? How did you survive? What were your life hacks?
I think same thing. I think I had my mom.
Yeah.
My mom helped me a lot. And then just having somebody to help me with the kids.
Yeah.
Not full time or anything like that,
Yeah.
but just
Yeah.
specifically on Sundays.
How do you pick that person? So like, let's say like your mom isn't local, or how did you find your girl? How do you like, what are some, is there like you want to interview them, like they're your precious kids. You
Yeah.
won't trust anyone with that. How do you find that person that you trust?
For me, it was just somebody that I knew really well.
Yeah,
I had known for a
absolutely.
long time.
Yeah. And we, you guys all know Kennedy. Kennedy's on staff with us.
Yeah.
It was her best friend growing up, and she had wonderful things to say about her. And we interviewed her. We interviewed her and asked her some really hard questions, and kind of had a trial period to see how it would go. And now she's been with us 2.5 years.
Oh, wow.
Which is
I feel
crazy.
like what I'm gathering, what I'm hearing too, is like making sure that you find community.
Yeah,
and I
good,
feel like
yeah.
that's something as a mom I struggled with for
Yeah.
like several years of like, I got this, I can do this by myself, but really leaning into your
Yeah,
community,
that's good.
finding your people,
Mhm.
and asking for help.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's good.
absolutely.
And we all learn from each other's stories, like when
Yeah.
we've shared things. Or
Yeah.
speaking of stories, can we explain? We did some digging. Can we explain some stories that
Yeah, let's do
or
it.
give us the story behind it? Check out the screen.
Yeah.
Can you tell us what?
And I'm feeling good.
This would be the child that would moon out the back window. There it is.
Okay,
love it.
first I have to explain. My kids are in pajamas. That's correct at a restaurant because we had pajama day, pancakes and pajamas
At
day
church.
at church.
I love it.
For daylight savings, and of course they give out, all kinds of sugar and what they have, Pop-Tarts.
Yep.
That might have been my kid's first time
First
having
Pop-Tart.
Pop-Tarts.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
How old are they? 5 and 7.
5 and 7. Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Wait, because of the ingredients?
I don't know.
I'm not judging you. I'm just curious.
Don't call me out like that.
See,
Erin.
curious.
Yeah.
She's just curious.
But now that they've had Pop-Tarts, I'm kind of like, okay, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's
Here's
great.
some good things in life. Yeah.
So it was a lot of sugar, and they were dancing. He was like kind of dancing to this music. I'm like, oh, that's so funny.
That's
I did not know
hysterical.
that was gonna happen.
Oh, there's my
I love
child.
this one.
I love it.
Okay, so she's clearly not happy.
Yeah.
This was we had we did the Grinch for church. It was like this whole production thing, and Savannah was little Cindy Lou Who, and Lauren. We had to pay her to be in this
Pay her.
and to
Whatever
be a
it takes.
part of it. She didn't want to have anything to do with it. Didn't want to be in front of people. Didn't want to sing in the choir. And we tried to make it seem like it was going to be fun, and clearly we didn't do a good job because that was her face the entire time. Absolutely. There's Cindy Lou Who.
Look at
She did great. She sang, she acted. It was a lot of fun.
I love it.
Oh,
Oh.
there's little Tay Tay.
Merry Christmas, sweetie.
Oh. Oh.
We missed you.
Oh.
So cute. Oh.
I'm so excited to meet you.
Hi, can I put up
Gosh, they are my best
Yeah.
friends.
I'm finally a big sister.
Hi, boy.
Oh my gosh.
Hi.
Where's Ty for you? Look, he got all dressed up for you.
Hi, boy. I missed you guys.
We missed you.
Last time I said I miss mommy and daddy.
You said that last night.
Yeah.
So obviously that's their. I know that's the first time they're meeting. So Harrison was born on the December 23rd. He's a little Christmas baby, and we got home at midnight on Christmas Eve. So we woke up Taylor, big sister. She waited. Our age
the
gap was much
best
further than we ever
present.
planned. And that was Christmas morning. She was the first one to meet him, and they are still best friends because, Sarah, you tell us, like, your siblings, or when you have multiple kids, you have always told us, like, you're each other's best friends,
Yeah.
that you're who each other has.
Yeah.
Tell us about that. Like, how do you encourage us that way?
So with our girls, it was always, this is your sister. She's always going to be your sister.
Yeah.
Friends are going to come and go. But your sister is always your constant. Your sister is always your best friend. Is always going to be in your corner. And this is a person that will never leave your life. She's always going to be there. And you can always count on each other.
Yeah.
And
And I think you said too that you get to choose how you want this relationship to be, like, right? Like you can choose a
point.
really good relationship with your sister
Yep.
or not.
they've chose to be great friends. I mean,
Yeah,
they're
best.
both of their each was their maid of honor. So
It's the coolest thing.
it's
And I
really
love
neat.
that.
It's really neat to see.
Like, what greater joy as a mom?
Right.
Like, what could be
It's like
better
a job
than
well
that?
done for sure.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I think we have
That's
another
awesome.
one. Let's check this one out.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Well,
the
Cromers.
Cromers.
Evan's
Man.
wig.
The
Yeah.
most fun. He looks good with that long
Rachel
blonde
gets
hair.
so excited about Halloween every year to find out what the family theme is going to be.
I love it.
And
They
it's
go all
so
out.
fun to watch. And
love
I don't know
it.
how you, I mean, look at you.
It's a lot of work.
It is
That's a lot of work.
But you know what I think with Halloween? So growing up, my mom was really not crazy about Halloween. And to be honest, it's not like Halloween. It's not like I'm super into that holiday. But I think why I love it so much is it's like I have this tiny little window of time where my boys just think Avengers is the coolest. And for their dad to be Thor. Like, that's going to be done and poof,
Yeah.
2 years.
Yeah.
And they'll do their own thing. But I'm like, I've got this tiny little window of time. So I'm like, make the memories, wear the costume, go all out. You know,
Just
like,
capture that.
Love
Yeah.
that.
so we do Halloween very big,
Dang.
but it's
I
fun.
love it.
That's
I
fun.
love it.
Like when you're in the pool, are you a mom that gets in?
Evan is definitely the dad that gets in. I do. Yeah, I do.
Because it's that same thing. They'll only be little ones.
Yeah.
Give them have fun. Like jump
Yeah.
in with them.
I love that.
Oh my gosh. Thank you guys so much. This is so fun.
This
a
was
lot
fun.
of fun. Just hang
Awesome.
out.
It was fun.
It was
Coffee
fun.
with my friend.
Heck yeah.
So, like we said, we don't usually do this, but if you enjoyed it at all, please let us know that. We would love your feedback. And go ahead and subscribe if you haven't done that yet, so that you get content as it comes out. But maybe you have a mom hack. Maybe there's something that's helped you. Maybe it's some wisdom that another mom has shared with you, or just something that is helping you thrive, not just survive motherhood. We would love to hear that. The power of community. Jess, you said
Yep.
that. So thanks so much for joining us. We love you guys.
Yeah.
Friends, I love you guys.
Love you.
Love you.
Best
Love
moms
you.
I know.
Cheers.
Cheers to that.
Oh, sorry.
And that's a wrap.
Oh, Jane.